All right. Let's wait for Nick's song.
Boop, 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 boop.
No, Nick informed us he didn't care about the listeners and said, "Fuck it, I'm not doing a song."
Actually,
it was like an R2 rap that you were doing right there.
Yeah. Actually, no, I did start one, and I got 2 lines into it, and I went, all right, this one I want to make better. So I was like, I'll just.
I'm just giving you a hard time.
It's very Chris. It's Chris oriented, so it's it's gonna be a good.
Oh, so it's a real snoozer.
Yeah. I'm hoping that you recorded a demo version that the rest of us can remaster
later on and add in all of your extra stuff
when you're not here. I don't mean dead. I mean you're just not here.
Yeah, I look forward to hearing those harmonies. Well, actually, I wouldn't hear them.
Perfect harmony. So how's it going, guys? We're so boring. Matt left.
Matt just left. He just said, "Fuck it." Yeah.
It's fine. Still good, man. It's been a shit week, really.
Yeah,
it's been a long week.
Yeah, that's what I was saying to. That's funny. Why? How
Who's come to Boston?
Oh, private chat. That's why I can't read them. There we go. No, please
Randy says,
come to Boston.
Please come to Boston.
Oh.
Isn't that a song?
Yeah.
Who sings it?
I don't know.
Oh, he was referencing the song that he wrote for me, is what he was saying.
Oh. I would never write that song. No one would voluntarily go to Boston.
Augustana did.
Who?
The Dropkick Murphys did.
Oh, well, yeah. That's because that's their whole spiel.
In Augustana. I think I'm going to Boston.
Gotta go to Dunkin', get some coffee and a donut.
Yeah.
What about the band Boston?
I don't even think they were from there. Yeah.
But they loved it so much.
They were from Providence.
Yeah. Just a bit outside.
Greatest debut album in the history of rock.
You got Aerosmith.
I don't know about that. It's definitely up there, but
it was like it sold more.
I'm just saying, there's a lot of like and that could be a versus on its own of like what's the best debut record ever,
because Sheryl Crow, I mean,
Pearl Jam 10.
Yeah, so you like Pearl Jam 10.
There's not one dog song on that first album.
Yeah, but I mean, you got King Crimson.
Look, I'm about ready to put you all on mute,
guys. It is a really good album,
Yeah.
Green Day, Dookie,
yeah.
Over Boston.
Yeah,
you guys can go to hell.
Revolutionized a whole sound.
Dookie was not their first album, though. Kerplunk was.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
Was that named after the game?
No, it was after a piece of shit.
Yeah, after the Splash.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's actually all of their albums deal with, are titled after pieces of shit.
Oops. Yeah.
Randy says the broads are doing Thanksgiving tonight with free pie. You guys?
How you gonna have free pie?
We don't bribe people to listen to us.
We're having a weenie roast. Actually, is what we have to offer. Just a lot of
party.
Jackson Claffelers, I'm joining you guys and the broadcast on Zoom. Wow. Is there a way I can do this and join the broadcast on Zoom with us 4 guys?
Yeah,
no.
you can always tune in later too. It's like we're not.
We're only involved for an hour. You can tune in.
I was going to crash their party. That's what I was. There's got to be a way to do it.
I've got.
I mean, Zoom is like one of the most non-secure browsing.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's got to be a way to do it, but
the passcode is 1 2 3 4.
Did you hear that they actually, in their terms and conditions, they actually own and they can record anything you do on Zoom and have the rights to it, which is fucking nuts. Oh yeah,
that's why we're not using Zoom, because they'd be making millions off this podcast,
right?
Well, think about it. I mean, you don't want to miss out on what if the president was assassinated on Zoom? You'd want to catch that. You'd want to own that. It's like it'd be like the Zapruder film all over again.
So instead of Zoom, it'd be called the Zacooter.
The Zacooter.
The Zacooter. Yeah, I'm on the Zacooter.
That was the only film he shot. He gave it up after that. Oh, no pun intended. Shot.
But yeah, I mean, it's like Instagram. Like I don't know if whatever happened with that, Chris, but it's the same thing. Like, like I remember them saying that years ago. That's like, every photo that you upload to Instagram, we own it, and they got a lot of pushback.
Yeah. Same with Facebook. It's just like, why would you own the photos that I upload? So, it's all one big
Same
game.
with that guy with the hidden camera in the bathroom. So it's the same. Or he owns those photos.
This guy in the bathroom. What?
There was some guy. I read this about a week ago. I don't know. Some guy had a.
By the way, Jack, not to change topics, what is the background here? Is this like?
That's our thumbnail.
Okay, it's like a weird.
I figured you just made like a Survivor. I figured you just made a Survivor background and then said, "You know what? Fuck it. I'm just gonna put RCAD on top of it."
No, I just said I thought it looked cool. Then I added this tomato guy.
Yeah.
And
it's like
I put 229 on his forehead.
I like that. It's very cultish.
Yeah.
So he's like, get these vermin out of here.
Well, I forgot about posting something. I said, "Oh fuck, I gotta do. Let me do something real quick." There's a lot of pressure. There's a lot of pressure on putting the show up. You would know that.
There is.
You would know.
I know. You feel my pain.
I do.
I do. Especially creating like some visual fun. You're just like, hey, is that a tomato in a pot farm?
Yeah.
Like what's happening there?
Rotten tomato.
It's like, is he a survivalist?
I
was going with Nick. Oh, we did.
What?
No,
we got a star.
No, Rotten Tomato.
Oh.
I was going to say we were certified fresh, but
wow,
wild and wacky. Chaboom.
Speaking of now, I just started watching Loki. The latest season.
Yes,
I think I'm like 2 or 3 episodes in at this point, or 2.5, maybe 2.5 or 3.5 episodes in.
Mm-hmm.
I like it. It's good. Like I feel like it's done a nice job of like really kind of getting you hooked in and
not where I was expecting Chris to go.
No, and it's probably a refreshing. It's kind of like when you're in the batting circle, you're on deck circle, and you're swinging like 5 bats before you get the bat, and like you can swing the bat really hard.
Even Babe Ruth didn't swing with 5 bats. Come on.
So like that's my version of that is like right now because I just finished watching Invasion season 2, and I feel like I was swinging heavy bats, and then perhaps like Loki just by process of like the lesser of the 2 evils. Made me feel really good watching it because I finished watching season 2 of Invasion and I was like, fuck, I can't get that time back in my life. It's literally the first Apple TV show that I'm like, no, it's not great. It's kind of that kind of hurts. Apple TV for me has broken its good
goddamn bastards
with a dumb TV show.
So with Loki, I'll address that one first. Like Loki, there's only 6 episodes in season 2, and you're right. Like I felt like 1, 2, and 3. Like it was all good setup. You're like, okay, where's this going? No, it's actually you're gonna like it. But like,
okay.
But like by the time you get to the end of the 5th episode, you're kind of like, are they just jerking me around? Like that's the way I felt because it was just, what the fuck is happening? Like in a way, not that I'm saying like in a negative way, but I'm just saying like, okay, there's a loom and there's time splinters and shit. I'm like, what the fuck? And then in the 6th episode, the last episode, it all makes sense. Like it is like, okay.
I liked it. I think the whole series is probably like the strongest of the.
I hated the series
of all the
of the Marvel TV shows.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's
hated
it, and I still bring this up for anybody that's either watched Loki or hasn't watched Loki. But pay attention to that beginning of that 6th episode in the 1st season. The opening shot of that shows us leaving the Marvel Cinematic Universe and going into a different universe. So keep that in mind with the end of Loki too, because this is just one universe. So that's my philosophy on the show, and possibly what Phase 5 is all about is this other universe. So within the grand scale of things. It's like you have this universe and you have this other universe. So you have a multiverse kind of thing, which is confusing because you're dealing with time travel and specifically branches of time travel within this one kind of area. So,
and that's why, like, they've been flirting with bringing back, the old school, Avengers, and it's like that's the only way it works is if it's in a different time.
Well, the Secret Wars, which I assume, because I mean, there's been rumors as well, is that the Kang Dynasty is going to be scrapped, and they're possibly like pushing things back and reworking things. I think it'd be smart for them with Secret Wars because you essentially that, and I'm not. This is spoilers for the comic book that's been out since 1984 or 85 to sell toys to little kids. But the whole plot of that is that there's a great Beyonder that pulls all of these superheroes into a kind of Frankenstein planet, where it's kind of just all pieced together. So you could actually pull all of these elements in, including the X-Men. You have villains and heroes all battling it out on this like superficial world, essentially. That is the main plot, is that they're all pulled together, including Galactus and Doctor Doom. And they don't have to include all of that. They've never held true to exactly what's happened in the comic books. Civil War being one of the examples, but I mean there's about a dozen or 100 of them. But that idea, or at least the template, the DNA structure of Secret Wars and a Great Beyonder pulling different heroes together and villains into this kind of like Nexus world. Anyway, that's I think it's an easy point for them to get to from where they're at now in the quagmire of this, post
you guys
Infinity War.
You saw where Pedro Pascal got cast as Richards, Fantastic Four.
Yep.
Oh, I did not.
Yeah, I think that was announced either last night or this morning.
Well, I don't know if it was announced. I think they're talking about it. They reported it. He hasn't signed yet.
Okay.
I've been advising him against it.
Well, he's got so much shit going on already.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and I don't really see him as that character either, because he's usually a lanky, not just because he stretches, but he's usually a tall, skinny guy, and not that he's not tall and skinny. It's just to me, he just doesn't have the visual build in my brain to play that character. But
like John Krasinski is perfect.
He was perfect. Yeah, he would have been a great.
Yeah, he still could be, but I think they've tried with Fantastic Four multiple times, essentially, and they've kind of failed and fucked it up. Which is funny because Fantastic Four is really the quintessential Marvel brand at its very infancy. Is the Fantastic Four is that grouping of those, and it's just they can't hook anyone with that.
Well, the last one they made was the money grab because the studio had a year left to make one.
Wasn't it Sony?
Sony, yeah. And
That's
so they just did it just to make any kind of money off of it. And that's why it sucked, and it no one cares about it. It was just because they knew exactly what it was. But switching to Invasion, I'm I think halfway through season 2 now, and I still like the Iranian kid Luke. I would have killed that kid if he would have been my own son. I've never seen a mother tell a kid to do something more in my life, and then the kid just fucking ignore her and be like, "I'm going to go do the dumbest shit ever."
That's pretty much every kid today.
I know, but I want to know what writer just goes, you know what? We got to have one character that's just an utter dumbass.
This sucks.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's.
Well, it's like I said, like Chris, like I said, like what was it last week or week before last? The only storyline I actually cared about was the Japanese storyline, and that one still to this day is the one I'm like, oh yeah, I like where this is going.
Yeah. I don't want to give anything away.
Right. Yeah, don't worry about it.
But I will say, even the parts that you love will soon end up being shit. So don't fall in love with it.
Okay.
No, Randy, we're not talking Manifest. It's actually way better than Manifest.
It's way better than Manifest.
Manifest is just a fucking absolute joke. but this show has actually got really great production value for what it's worth. I mean, I think the concept of the show is really, really cool.
They just didn't pay for the good writers.
Well, the thing is, it's a really complex story.
Yeah.
And I feel like this story needs to be told over a longer season. I think they'd had too much to get into in the short period of time. That's right. I mean, if this show was a 20 episode show or a 15 episode show, I think they probably could have gotten a lot more done. But it jumps into some pretty fantastical storylines that are just kind of like, what the fuck? Like there's a what the fuck moment that I had when I was watching it. And Nick, I'll be surprised to see if you can. I would not be surprised. I'm curious to see if you will know the point in season 2, which I was like,
yeah,
fuck you.
Right.
You know, like there's that one moment, and I'm just like, okay. But I think you might probably pick up on it. But it was just one of those things where it was the show had such build up, and I just feel like they did not do a good job of a cliffhanger on season 2. The season 2 ended on what would have been felt like like the 4th episode. Like it just didn't resonate, you know.
Yeah.
And the way that they kind of are moving the storyline in the end of season 2 goes from the practical and physical to really a metaphysical and like way fucking out of bounds type of shit. And I'm just like, oh, you can't fucking do that right now. It was just such a quick change of gear. And it was like, ugh.
I think I see where you're going. Yeah.
I don't fucking want to deal with this shit anymore.
I probably wouldn't either. If I think what you're kind of describing, I probably would hate it too.
yeah.
But like it's even things like okay, so like it's kind of making Jack and Matt like it's kind of making those like I want to stretch the series out mistakes of like how how in Stranger Things you had like the one bad guy that everyone's afraid of, and then in season 2 you get introduced to dogs that are like okay, where do these fucking dogs come from? And then like you have another villain, and like it's kind of like it's so far in season 2 it's been the same way. Like in season 1 you have these little balls, they're like spiky things that are kind of like probes, and they're just there to kill, and that's it. And then all of a sudden in season 2 you got these other things that are like big ass dogs. I'm like, what the fuck, and not that that's really annoying, but it's just like they're introducing different challenges and different things, and every time you get a win for Earth, it's like, no, fuck you, like like we're not gonna let you enjoy the moment. And
yeah,
like I said, it's got some things in it that are really good, and then some things you're just kind of like, okay, let's get this shit going, But it is what it is. But like I said, For All Mankind's back, which is great.
Has been good.
The first episode is just a typical first episode. I mean, it's good, but it's like it's set up for 10 years. Al Gore's president. He won the 2000 election.
Spoilers.
We should have better internet.
Yeah, and John Lennon apparently rocked Super Bowl like 41.
I don't see that happening. Yeah. I'm sorry. I'm calling flag on the play there.
I don't have Zoom. Shit.
But yeah, it was. I mean, it is what it is. I mean, I'm looking forward to the next episode and see what goes on. And it's amazing to me the makeup, and that show deserves a fucking award for makeup, because the way that they age these 30-something-year-old actors to be 60 and 70 years old, and it looks fucking real. You're like, what the fuck, Because like the redhead who was the head of NASA, when you see her, it's early 2000s, and
right,
and the stuff they put on her to make her look like a 60 or 70-year-old woman, and then just looks like holy shit. Because like you see her in real life, she's a smoke show, and it's just I can't get over that.
I meant to watch that, so I know that you'd posted. Yeah, I know that you had reminded us, and it kept.
No, it's fine. Yeah,
we're recording now, but they just they're talking about stuff I don't care about.
We can still hear you, asshole. Anyway, he just tuned out and was talking to somebody else. Anyway, and then I watched
Jack.
Yeah,
nice. Yeah, I'm on the broadcast right now, guys. So just keep talking.
Yeah.
Okay.
Anyway,
All right, I
also
gotta
watched-
go. I gotta go.
I watched 2 movies. I went and watched the one I was talking about.
Bye.
I watched The Holdovers with
Okay, I'm back.
with Jack's throwing me off because he's.
I haven't said anything.
Yeah. Anyway,
You did mute us. You know that, right?
Huh?
You didn't mute yourself.
yeah, we can hear you the whole damn
We
time.
can hear you talking shit.
I can hear you too.
Anyway, but yeah, it's a little sad, but it's very good. The Holdovers, because it's basically it takes place in 1970, and
is this an Apple show?
No, it's a movie at the theater right now. With, we talked about last week with the guy that played John Adams.
That show, yeah. Jim.
Oh yeah,
Giamatti. Yeah.
Oh, but you liked it.
I liked it, but it is sad. Like it's not sad as in like the outcome. It's just it's basically revolves around 3 characters, and you have him who's the teacher who kind of got the short straw, and he has to watch these kids who the parents never picked him up from this private school, and all of them end up leaving except this one. And in his story, and his mom is divorced, and she's trying to make this marriage work, with this new guy, and she's basically left him, and he's always felt like no one's cared about him his whole life. And then you have this other woman, it's a black lady who's the cook, and her son has died in Vietnam, and she doesn't have anybody. And just the 3 emotional roller coasters you go on with these 3 different characters and what they're dealing with in their lives is interesting. It's an interesting but sad tale.
Maybe I'll give it a shot.
Yeah, it's good. It's just like I said, I liked it. Yeah, it's not gonna be for everybody, but I enjoyed it. Yeah, and I really think the woman actually of all the 3 probably did the best performance, because like she definitely has some emotional times that you're just like, fuck, that's some damn good acting right there.
You're talking about the cook?
The cook, yeah.
Who's the actress? Do you know?
I don't know her name. I knew her face. I've seen her in something, but I couldn't tell you what her name is without looking it up.
I was watching a YouTube video the other day, and it said it was 10 actors. You know their face, but you don't know their names. I'm not going. And each one, I said, you're right.
You're right. Yeah.
It's like the one guy that is in everything. He's in everything. He was in. He's in Barry. He's in what's that show with the Germans and the Japanese win?
World War II.
No, it's
Man in the High Castle.
Man in the High Castle. He's in News Radio. He's in an episode of Seinfeld. He's in everything. The guy in Barry, the guy that was Barry's
handler.
Handler.
Oh yeah.
He's in Justified. I love this guy in everything, and he's in that Office Space, or I think it's Office Space. And I could not tell you that guy's name if my life depended. If someone held a gun to me, I'd be dead, because it's that guy.
Office Space. Yeah.
Yeah, but do you know his name?
Is he my stapler? No, I don't know his name. You're right, though.
I'm looking at the cast.
Stephen Root. Yeah, Stephen Root.
Yeah.
It.
Oh, Stephen Root. Yeah. I'm looking at the cat. Oh, Stephen Root. He wrote.
He's like the Steve Zahn of.
Thank you, Will Fry. Yeah, the woman is the detective in Only Murders in the Building. That's where I know her from. Okay. She does a great job. She does a great job of the Holdovers. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm looking at the cast, and it's like all these faces. I'm like, oh yeah, they look familiar.
Yeah.
No idea who they are.
Paul Giamatti.
That's Mark Wahlberg's nephew.
Oh.
Oscar Wahlberg.
Oscar Wahlberg. I did not know that.
Yeah.
I did have a question for Nick. You're the Confederate historian. You're about the South. I saw something today on YouTube, and I said, I gotta ask Nick this question.
Sure.
Who is the only American president that was buried with the Confederate flag? There's only been one president, American president, that was buried with the Confederate flag. And I was shocked.
Benjamin Franklin. Final answer.
Yes, Benjamin Franklin. No, he was not a president. Come on. Nick.
I mean, it would have to be the actual president of the Confederacy then.
No.
Wait,
only former American president. He was an American president American president of the United States of America. And he was buried with a Confederate flag. Don't look at, no cheating, no Googling in the chat.
Cheated. I'm looking at that. That's
JFK.
Interesting.
JFK,
I honestly,
they used it to plug the hole in his head.
I can't. I mean, that's so weird because almost every president for the next 50 years was a Republican from the North.
Well, this is he might have been elected before.
Interesting. How about this for a hint? His death was the only one in presidential history not to be officially recognized in Washington, D.C.
He actually led the secession, Virginia, to secede from the Union. It was not Ronald Reagan.
Never trust a man with two first names.
Oh,
Nick, I'm really disappointed in you.
Yeah, well,
I go to you for my Southern history, and this is just—I was shocked because, be honest with you, I think he still has a living grandson.
What?
Well, go ahead and tell me.
How is that fucking possible?
John Tyler.
John Tyler. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I never went against John Tyler.
Yeah,
is his grandson Stephen?
Yeah, Stephen Tyler. Actually, he had two living grandsons, and one died just a few. Because he had a kid. He had kids up until he was almost till he died.
And the way he died was freakish because he was beheaded by a sword, and the other grandson said, "There can be only one."
There can be only one.
Oh God.
He was going to serve in the Confederate Congress, but he died before. So yeah, that traitor. He's a traitor. Yeah. I mean, you gotta say it's a traitor. I know you people from the South are giving me some crap right now, but no, he technically was a traitor.
Holy shit. Harrison Ruffin Tyler, born 1928, age 95 years, still alive today.
Mm-hmm.
Wow. That's his grandson?
He had two one just died a couple of years ago. He had two grandsons that were still living, and you'd sit there and go, okay, wait, grandson or great grandsons? But no,
well, because he got it on pretty late in life too.
Well, that's what's amazing. I remember reading that a couple of years ago, where the last widow of a Civil War soldier had died, who was still getting pensions from 150 years ago. Which is amazing, because that's what happened is that you got a lot of these 90-year-old soldiers that are marrying 20-year-old women, and they're just getting all their pensions. And then the other movie I watched on Netflix, which was The Killer with Fassbender.
Oh, is that good?
It starts off
from Band of Brothers.
Yeah, from Band of Brothers. That's right. Yeah, it is good. It's definitely worth a watch. I think it started off solid, and it kind of goes through his mental process of what it's like to be a contract killer, and then the things that evolve are still good, but I felt plot-wise they're kind of typical.
So it's more of a slow and straight than a fast bend.
Right.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
But yeah, no, it's good. It's definitely worth a watch. If you want something just to sit down for 90 minutes or 2 hours, whatever it was, just to be entertained, then yeah, absolutely go watch it. It's free, it's on Netflix.
It's free and lives rent-free in my brain?
Gonorrhea.
Jack's face when it's frozen.
Am I frozen?
Yeah, it's been for the last 2 minutes.
Oh,
you know what? Let's let Jack thaw out after we take this commercial break.
Break me off a piece of that, Jack.
You can hear me, but you can't see me, right?
Correct.
Well,
I wish your face echoed your background, character where you're like, huh?
Maybe Zoom doesn't pull this bullshit on us.
Yeah. Well, you're all frozen. Nick looks like I don't want to say what Nick looks like he's doing, but
He's doing what John Tyler always did best.
Yeah.
Well,
and Richard Todd Lincoln was there for his dad was assassinated, and he was there for two other assassinations. I don't remember who's Kennedy.
Oh. No, it had to be McKinley
and Garfield, right?
Garfield was he assassinated? Or was he shot?
Are you talking about McKinley?
No, because it got to the point where people said, "Okay, Richard Todd, you don't need to show up at any of my president things."
Yeah,
I'm gonna try to reboot here because it's
okay.
It's frustrating.
it's actually getting worse. You're getting more pixelated as the time goes on.
All right, I'll be back.
Yeah. His internet must be shit.
Now we can talk about like all of the Star Wars and Lego that we want.
Legos. Yeah.
So I did do some adulting shit this past week.
Okay.
You finally got that dildo made?
What? Oh,
that I like.
I don't know if any of you guys. I don't know, Matt, if you've got the power to let me share stuff on the screen or not. But probably not.
I do not. I'm not. I should really take over being producer, but don't tell Jack. So,
no, I won't.
Because when Jack goes on his bed, I could just pause and mute him, and
So I actually had some trees removed from my property. So maybe I'll send one. I can't show on my phone just strictly because of the fact that I'm using it for my camera. But I'll show you like the before. I'll send you guys a text of the before and after. Maybe one of you guys can hold up your camera
from the dildo
so people can see it.
I'm really, really hoping there's a Bush joke in here too.
No, there's not. But
okay.
I'll tell you, there's nothing greater than removing pine trees. Because pine trees were the bane of my fucking existence in my driveway.
Oh, wow.
Because you can see the first picture, how many of those trees were removed.
Oh, look at how big your son is too.
Oh my god, dude! I know. Yeah.
I mean, it's not like I don't see pictures of your family on Instagram from time to time, but seriously though, right. And look at all those solar panels on your roof.
Oh yeah. But with those trees being removed, I now have the ability to get sunlight on those panels from like 5 o'clock on, especially during the summer.
Oh yeah.
Nice. But I spent the better part of the day scooping up all the tree stump shavings. So we lost Nick.
Yeah, now it's just you and me.
Oh.
It's just slowly we're being removed. It's just gonna be a solo podcast after
this could be like this is like the snap from the universe.
I guess so. I'm sure there's a lot of listeners that are like, damn it, if only we lost those two guys.
I know, right? They got the wrong deal.
Yeah.
But anyways, so I had those trees removed, and after that picture was taken, I had the stumps all grinded, and I spent like the better part of my day today, like shoveling up and getting rid of all the pine grindings and dump them in the woods. But
are you going to do anything
awesome? Oh yeah, so it's a little too late in the season to do anything really major, just because of the temperature. Although it's going to be like 68 degrees here tomorrow, which is just
right.
Stupid.
It was like the 70-degree bullshit. I'm not for it in November.
Nick says that's weird. I was still there. He likely is probably restarting his computer. Yeah. So, well, I don't know where I was going with that, but
this podcast is up to you, the listeners, to fill in.
Blank. Yeah, fucking fill in the banks. So those trees were just wreaked havoc on my yard, in the grass would get pine needles all over the place. The dirt was just useless because of all the pine.
Right.
And my car and my wife's car just got fucking murdered, with pine sap and all that shit. Bruce Banner's calling me a fucking murderer.
A tree killer. Yeah.
Yeah. Fuck trees. Especially pine trees. Pine trees are fucking evil.
Oh.
But yeah. So they're gone. I'm stoked.
Oh, we got them both back.
Good. Yeah, I was just waiting until Jack could let me back in.
Oh yeah, because you couldn't get back in.
Hold on a second.
But yeah, so that's been completed, and now hopefully I can rehabilitate that land for grass in the spring.
What are you going to do with the trees, the wood?
Oh, it's gone.
Oh, it's gone. Oh, okay.
Oh yeah, it's pine. You can't do anything with pine.
Okay.
Yeah, they ground up all the logs. They had like a chipper and ground all those up, and then they ground down the stumps, and I had to go and shovel all that shit out and dump it in the woods. But
I was gonna say, because I saw something today. It's called a Swedish flame, which I'd never seen this before, but it's apparently how they make a fire really quickly and for a campfire, and like they take the stump, a section of it, and they cut it like a pie, and then they just leave a little bit of space between the things, and then just put a little bit of oil down the middle of it where they all come together, and then just poof, and then it will burn for like 3 or 4 hours. And I was like, oh, that's pretty
So this is your house you sent us.
Yeah.
Because I was gone. I thought it was John Tyler's house for a second. I didn't.
Yes, it was after John Tyler's grandson shot down all of the trees.
So you got booted from the thing?
No.
Nick?
Mm-mm.
What?
No? You were booted?
I wasn't booted. I guess I was booted, but I was still here. I just my pictures disappeared, but I could still hear them.
I just had to restart the whole damn computer.
Thanos snapped.
Mass hysteria.
And that's what happened. That's our explanation. So before and after the snap.
What do we think about the A's moving to Vegas? Is that fair? Is that
that's
couldn't give a shit less.
Fuck the fans.
I mean, I think they should have moved somewhere else, but whatever.
If it was just Chris and I, what we wouldn't be talking about.
Fucking A's.
It's true.
I'm just saying it's from a fan standpoint.
What's funny is that even in an alternate universe, which is all for all mankind, the Padres has still not won a World Series.
It's a little too soon. We just lost our owner.
I will say though, if it were not for the A's, the Red Sox probably wouldn't have won the World Series.
That's true.
I mean, seriously, we just lost Peter Seidler, who was our owner, and everybody loved him. How many people can you say an owner that everybody loves? It'd be kind of like Robert.
Not often.
Robert Kraft.
If you say Robert Kraft, I mean, of course, everyone loves him, and he's loved. He's been loved a little too much, as we found out. But no, but there's not a lot of owners in professional sports.
Everybody likes a good rub and a tug.
Exactly. So yeah, they're people are up. It was a sad day yesterday.
He died.
He died. Yeah.
Oh.
He passed away. He's gone.
Even Chris is frozen now.
Yeah, that's weird.
Yeah.
Welcome to the podcast. Have a few jokes. Trying to
learn about Cuba.
I'm just like Chris. Sometimes it's just like, oh, he died. It's like, welcome to the podcast.
Oh, I missed that. I thought like he got canned or whatever. I didn't realize he fucking died.
No, he died. Yeah.
He died. We lost him.
When is Jack ever sympathetic to an owner? Ever?
That's
never.
Yeah.
I read a
He's
fucked
over
up
here
joke.
pouring one out.
I read a fucked up joke the other day, and I should have sent it to you guys. And it was like, "What would you do if you knew you were going to die tomorrow?" And for the first 3 or 4 responses, all common stuff, like, "Oh, I would spend it with my family," or I'd whatever. And then
I've seen my family. Why would I do that?
But then the one towards the bottom says, "I would send my 10 closest friends. Please send this to 10 more friends, or I'll die tomorrow."
That's a pretty good twist.
And that one friend that doesn't do it feels guilty for the rest of their life.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's fucking awesome.
Oh my God, that's great. That is fantastic.
Yeah, so it's a good point. So are they going to have to build a dome for them in Vegas?
They're not. It's only going to be like a 30,000 seat stadium, but there's no.
It's fuck during the summertime.
Can you imagine playing baseball in 115-degree weather?
No.
Passing out.
Well, I can imagine on the weekends it might be busy, but I know they've really taken on the hockey team, but the hockey team has been to a Stanley Cup and won a Stanley Cup, so you're built. It's rare for an expansion team to do that, but I just can't see people going crazy for the A's if they keep going if they still have the penny pinching owner who's not putting money into the team. I don't know. It sounds
like a B team to me.
I mean, I was hoping they'd move to Nashville because it's time for someone aside from the Braves to be.
Well, let's just have an expansion team.
Put him in Iowa.
What is the A's actual mascot?
An elephant.
It's athletic.
Elephant.
Was it an elephant? Okay. I thought it was like a baseball head guy.
It's an elephant.
I thought it was an elephant.
They originated in Philadelphia. They were in Philadelphia for a number of years. Connie Mack was the manager owner. Then they went to Kansas City. They played in Kansas City for 8-9 years. Then they went to Oakland, and now they're moved to Vegas. So, anyway,
they need to hire Henry Winkler.
Did I tell you that I sat down and watched Field of Dreams with my kids the other day?
Oh, really? Did you cry at the end?
Oh my God!
How can you not?
Yeah.
You want to have a catch, Dad? Fuck
Well,
no.
it's the delivery of that, because it's not just, hey, Dad, can we have a catch? It's hey, Dad, because like, you know, he doesn't want to say it, and then he does, and it's everything that goes along. And even there's so much, there's even funny stuff in that movie too, like when he's talking with James Earl Jones, you know, and he's like, it's not my fault that you didn't play catch with your father, you know, like all this stuff. It's
I was waiting for his dad to say, wait a minute, how could I be your dad when you're older than me?
Yeah. Well, it's just because it's like your soul, you know, you remember everything.
I guess I know. I don't know.
So I was walking with my daughter today. We went into the store to like do some shopping or whatever, and she saw like an old Newsies cap, and she's like, "Hey, that's the hat that the Doc in Field of Dreams wears." And I was like, "You're right."
And Timothy Bottoms is such a dick. But he actually played minor league baseball.
Oh, did he?
Yeah,
Chris, where you're like, I'll buy it for you.
Yeah, I was like, do you want it?
Do you want it? Like,
you want to have a hat?
You want
to have a hat? Wait, who's Timothy Bottoms?
He's the guy that was the brother-in-law. West Wing.
Yeah.
Timothy Bottoms.
He's also in.
He's married to Melissa Gilbert.
Yeah, he was also in the kid movie with the twins.
Yeah.
Parent Trap?
No, the Minnesota Twins, not the.
Yeah.
Kid Little Big League. Little Big League.
Yeah. He was a minor league baseball player.
Oh, that guy. Yeah.
He's in the. You've watched The West Wing, right, Chris?
Yep.
He's Danny, the reporter.
Yep.
Looks like
that's Timothy Busfield. That's why. It's Timothy Busfield. Timothy Bottoms is definitely somebody else.
He's an actor, but not the right one.
Yeah, not the right one. It's like, who the fuck is Timothy Bottoms?
Jack got his IMDb messed up. So.
I didn't even bring it up.
He used an IMBD.
I finally finished Star Trek Enterprise, so I'm that knocked that one done. It ended. I knew the twist. I knew there was a twist coming. I knew it was controversial at the time. Some fans didn't like it. I knew there was a twist coming at the end. But the part that I didn't know is that there's a main character that dies. And
who was it?
Yeah. I'm not going to tell you.
I'm not watching it.
No
one's
the character that reminds me of Nick. So
Spock?
No.
There's wait. Who's the redneck character on Star Trek?
That's it. I'm done. See you guys next week.
That doesn't know his Confederate history.
John Tyler.
Technically, that's not Confederate history. I mean,
fucking John Tyler. What?
John Tyler. Yeah.
I don't know.
I'm just giving you a hard time.
And the Federation doesn't acknowledge his death.
I'm now on to the classic series now. So I'm going
you went back to the 60s. Oh, okay.
So yeah, I've seen a lot of them.
You're all in on this adventure through galaxies far and wide.
It started out a year ago when I got COVID. The beginning of December, I started with Next Generation, and now I'm almost all the way through.
What's your favorite episode of the original?
I don't know. That's. I couldn't say what my favorite one from the original is. Going back through and watching the original, well, I mean, there's some that stand out, some that I remember from a kid, but then when I watch them later, I'm like, oh, that's not how I remember it. So there's a lot of.
I watched Next Generation. That was about it.
You didn't watch the original?
No.
Really?
So are you gonna watch Sequest?
Am I gonna watch Sequest? No, the original or the reboot?
The one from the 90s.
90s?
Yeah.
Wasn't there one in the 50s?
Brandis? And Echo the Dolphin.
Yeah.
And what's the kid from Star Trek?
He's one from Ladybugs.
It was Jonathan Brandis, the kid who died.
What about the kid that everybody hates?
One from Stand By Me.
Stand By Me, yeah.
Yeah.
He's in
Will
there,
Wheaton?
right?
Will Wheaton.
Will Wheaton. Everyone hates Will Wheaton.
Who, really?
Yeah.
How so?
I don't know.
He has a weird reputation for being
a fucked up kid because he's a child actor, really.
Because he's a child actor. Yeah, they said like he's really temperamental
and shit, dude.
And moody.
You should hear his story. It's pretty fucked up.
I still can't get over the fact that Chris hasn't watched the original Star Trek.
Yeah. So nope.
I think that's pretty common, Jack. I've seen probably only.
I also haven't seen MASH.
But if you've watched other episodes, if you've watched other takes on
unless your parent has subjected you to it, I don't think you're really watching it.
Oh well, come on.
So,
I'm serious. Star Trek, the TV show, was never on when I was a kid.
Yeah,
that was something.
It's never been off the air. What are you talking about?
The original series.
I've never seen it on TV once.
Yeah, neither have I.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
What's it on? Nick at Night? What's it on?
No, it was on. It was on syndication. It would have
it was always on.
My dad would watch reruns of it, and that's how I watched it.
We had 4 stations in San Diego, and I was able to see it. So I was only 4 when it came out.
I remember the lava tubes monster freaked me out. I remember the Alice in Wonderland, like kind of weird fantasy planet that they go to.
When he fights the Gork, what is it, Gork or
Gorn? The Gorn.
The Gorn. It's the worst fight scene. We used to have. We don't have a listener, but there's someone in the Jay and Jack chat who hates when I put that worst fight scene in the history of television. He gets upset by that.
The one I always remember is
it's terrible.
The half black, half white face people.
Yeah.
That's
but you've seen it.
I've seen episodes, yeah.
Okay, all right.
No, I've seen episodes. I said I've never watched all 3 seasons, like back to back to back, but I've seen episodes, yeah.
I don't know.
There's only 2 shows from the 60s that I will watch if I see them come on, and it's Andy Griffith, the black and white ones, and old Twilight Zones.
It's funny you bring up the Andy Griffith show. I went to Mayberry this weekend with my sister and brother-in-law. It was a cool ride. But there must have been the worst part was we were doing a dead deer count on the freeway. There must have been 50 to 60 dead. I mean, it was ridiculous.
It's that time of year
every time you see one.
Yeah. Well, not hunting. It's just
it's mating season.
It's mating season. Yeah, rut season is what we call it up here.
Yeah, I don't want you. So they run across the free, and it's funny. They so many cars were pulled over because of accidents because they hit the deer. But it was pretty sad. I mean, they're just laying feet up. Feet up. Oh, the episode where they meet Lincoln. Yes,
that's
Randy.
the way they like to.
Before I forget, what I was planning on watching after
that was a train wreck of a joke that turned out to be funny, and only Jack heard it.
I didn't hear it.
I got it. I got it.
I was paying attention to Matt.
Horns down, legs up. That's the way they like to buck.
That is a good one. Yeah.
I don't fucking hell. Weed does wonders for my humor.
The show that I was going to watch after I got done with this was Battlestar Galactica, just because of
the original. Or
I have seen that. Oh,
the
original.
No, the remake.
The reboot.
So, yeah. Just because it has to do with space and like that, idea of being trapped on a.
Yeah.
So
I think I made that joke.
You should throw a Firefly in there too.
Also,
that didn't take long.
Also in Mount Airy, I think it's called, which was Mayberry. It's where Andy Griffith was born.
Mount Airy Lodge.
I don't know. Chang and Egg.
That was like the trip you'd win if you won classic concentration with the beautiful Mount Airy Lodge.
Yeah, the Siamese twins, Chang and Eng, are buried there. That's where they're from.
Oh.
So I went, but we couldn't. They're supposed to be a museum, but I guess they're rebuilding it or something like that. My biggest question was, were they buried together or apart? So I wanted to know, but since it wasn't open.
Mm-hmm.
The problem with the town is it didn't really have. I mean, they had a kind of the Andy Griffith courthouse where and we went to jail and stuff like that, but they didn't have a lot of stuff about Mayberry. I thought it was going to be like a fake town of Mayberry,
right?
But it wasn't. I mean, it's a cool.
It was a set though.
Huh?
I mean, Mayberry was a set though.
Well, I know that
it wasn't shot actually in Mayberry.
It was shot in California. I know that, but
yeah.
I was thinking. I didn't see Mount Pilot.
Oh,
well,
did you go skipping rocks?
I didn't. I wanted to get a picture of me throwing a rock.
Yeah.
And having it splash in the opposite direction, but
it's called Pilot Mountain.
Yeah, I know, but it's Mount Pilot. But...
I know. It's every time I see it, I'm always like, wait, they got the words backwards.
Yeah, but Mount Pilot was good, and they always got dressed up to go to Raleigh, which I still have not been able to figure out why.
Because they're going to town.
We're going to Raleigh.
I just realized it wasn't from Classic Concentration, but it was a commercial from the 80s about Mount Airy Lodge that must have been regional, because I remember watching this commercial 1,000 times as a kid. I sent it to all of you guys about Mount Airy Lodge.
It's definitely a town that you if you're going to live there, you're living there to retire, I think. Yeah, because all the shops were closing at 3:00. It's like okay, what's going on here? We're closing at 3, and so
The Purge.
But it was fun to get out of the house, and nice drive, and but great company.
So what you're saying is you actually went out and did something.
I did, and something my sister was like, "I'm sorry, I thought it was going to be more exciting." Hey, I got out of the house. I normally wouldn't have done this.
Good for you.
So
there
you go.
And you didn't have to watch kids.
And I've seen every episode of Star Trek, so of the original. So,
Jack, I'm going to your old neck of the woods in a couple of weeks.
Oh yeah,
I'm going to be out in San Diego for a few days.
Ah, I'm jealous.
San Diego.
Yeah.
What part?
And I'm frozen again. That's a good question.
The tip. Just the tip.
Just the tip. I'm actually. I know the address of where I'm going.
Randy says Auntie has an OnlyFans.
Auntie behind.
Your pie's ready.
Oh, you would like to see taste my pickles? She had the worst pickles.
That's right.
She had the worst pickles, and I don't know why they just didn't throw the damn pickles away. Why'd they have to eat them?
Right. Well,
throw them away.
They were coming out of that World War II. You don't waste.
That's
right?
true. Yeah,
so
it's true.
But Auntie was good at cooking everything. How was she shitty at cooking pickles?
Well, it's not really cooking.
That's true.
All the stuff you put in the jar and how long do you let them ferment?
Of course, she wasn't used to tickling a pickle, right? So she just didn't know how to deal with a pickle. Anyway,
we talked about her though, like how she hated.
She did not get along with him. Well, she was a serious actress.
He
liked to do practical jokes, and just.
Yeah. She did apologize to him later in life.
They did get really? They did make amends late before she died. Mm-hmm. So,
Jack, I'll be in Claremont. That's where I'm going to be.
I grew up in Claremont.
That's where he's from. Yeah,
I'll be right off of Genesee Avenue.
I grew up off Genesee. Okay, hold on a second. What's the address?
I'm staying in your fucking house.
I'll be staying on Boyd Avenue in Genesee,
Okay.
off of Genesee.
You should go see. You should go see Mark Hamill's street.
Right across the street from Riley Elementary School.
I know where that's at. You should go see. You should go to Mark Hamill's street.
Okay, where is it?
It's in Claremont. It's about 1.5 miles from where I grew up. It's right by. We'll just look it up on Google. I mean, why do I have to do all the legwork? Jeez. So what are you doing there? Just hanging out?
Short notice guys trip, going out for tea, hang out with my buddy, having some tough times. So I'm just going out there as get him out there, have some fun, take his kid to the zoo, and just
Genesee Avenue.
Yeah.
I'm jealous. I haven't been. I'm jealous.
It's not worth it. The pandas aren't there anymore. So
it's been hot out. It's been hot out there. Yeah. The zoo's always cool though.
It is cool. It's a big ass zoo. It is fun. The red pandas are there, just not the giant pandas. That shit. What was I gonna say? All right.
Well, I don't know. There was one other thing I was going to say to Nick, though, about the Twilight Zone, is that a lot of those classic Star Trek episodes, they're very Twilight Zone-esque in some of their sci-fi kind of...
But you guys haven't seen the Twilight Zone, right?
Okay, Jack. So literally 10 minutes ago, I guess while you were talking to yourself, I said that the only two shows that I will watch from that era when they come on reruns is Andy Griffith and the Twilight Zone.
Mm-hmm.
And you went off on Andy Griffith, and Matt.
Andy?
Yeah.
Well, I was going to ask you what the other show was. So yeah, Twilight Zone's outstanding.
It's so good. Yeah, I mean they're all just so brilliantly written, and they're great.
By the way, they've remastered the classic Star Trek, where the special effects and all the space shots and it's like all redone. And so there are some moments where you're watching it and you're like, holy shit, the special effects on this part is really really good, because they've just done it up more. It's just like, well, just even the space shots, like they'll be like they're exploring an area and then they'll go
George Lucas
to look at it.
So Chris, you don't get the red shirt joke, do you?
No, I get the joke. I get the references.
How could you not get it if you haven't seen it?
Because it's a pop culture thing.
Let me explain it to you. I'll tell you exactly how.
I'm sorry, that's cheating.
I feel like I'm in fucking Congress right now. Like freaking congressional.
Explain yourself.
If you let me reclaim my time, I will.
No, this is my time. This is my time. No.
Can the record show that I don't want to hear what he has to say?
Point of order. I forgot. Oh yeah, Star Trek. Because that's a fucking pop culture reference that everybody knows.
Everybody knows Richard.
I know enough about Star Wars and Star Trek and its whole like universe and all that stuff. I get it all. I've just never did I ever sit down and watch episodes of the original Star Trek.
But I'm gonna say right now,
I definitely sat down and watched episodes of Star Trek: The Next Generation because that was what was on TV.
But I'm gonna say if you haven't watched the show, you shouldn't get credit for knowing the references. That should be stricken. That should be stricken from the record.
No,
sorry,
that's bullshit.
Wait, let's get the
Come
chat.
on, there are so many different pop culture things out there that. And Star Trek's so pervasive that it's just like beam me up, Scotty, flip phone, transporters. Like you get all of the lingo.
You get that, but you don't understand it.
Captain's Log.
You shouldn't
the red shirts.
You shouldn't be allowed to say, okay, yeah, that's cheating. Yeah.
Star Trek, please. Hold up, Jack's here.
I know, right? Of all the people, I mean, we're not like that with Star Wars fans, right? Like we're like, hey.
Well, if you've seen every episode of Star Wars, I think it's okay. It's the original. How could you not watch? I just can't figure out how you can not watch the original. And Randy almost got in a fist fight in Seattle.
I didn't have the option. It legitimately wasn't an option for me.
It's never been off the air.
So I have yet to this day have I ever fucking seen Star Wars or Star Trek rather. On television.
I'm sure. How are you watching it, Matt? Through Paramount Plus?
I'm watching it now on Paramount Plus. But to Chris's defense, I'm just imagining Chris in the 80s. Chris. No, I'm imagining Chris in the 80s, and it wasn't put on. Like he didn't watch MASH either. My dad.
I get not watching.
My dad
MASH.
subjected me. My dad subjected me to MASH. I was going to love MASH or die.
What did he do? Tape you to a chair and said you're going to?
No, it was always fucking on. It was always fucking on.
But it's a great show.
It's Clockwork Orange. You just had the.
But I'm
sure up to a point.
Okay, but I'm not saying Chris had to watch. Hold on, wait. I'm not saying Chris had to watch after MASH. He didn't watch the original MASH. Right? Am I right? You hear what I'm saying? He watched the next generation of Star Trek. He didn't watch the original.
That's fine. I also get that. When Next Generation came out, I was like, cool.
Jack. Further, at the time in which I was interested in Star Trek Next Generation, it was what we call accessible. It was literally at my fingertips.
It's never been off the air.
If I, as a 10, 12, 13, 15-year-old kid, said, you know what? I would like to watch the original Star Trek series. What I would have to do is save up my fucking money that I didn't have, get into the car that I couldn't drive, go to the store and have the understanding to know which box sets of VHS tapes I would want to.
Literally, you just needed some rabbit ears and you could watch it.
What I'm telling you, Jack, that is not true. It was.
How was I able to watch it in TV? San Diego, small market? You're in Boston
California.
Area, which is the
different areas.
What year are you referring to?
Any year. It was always on.
When it was on? Because it was clearly on 20 years before I was fucking born.
I'm saying I didn't watch the originals. I was only 4 when it came out. It's never been off the air, is what I'm saying.
When did you watch it then?
Probably like in the 70s or 80s.
Okay, so 70s. Twinkle in my parents' eye.
Again, it's never been off the air.
I've legitimately never seen
different market. Nick, I concede my 5 minutes to you. Nick. What do you have to say about
I mean,
back me up. It's never been off the air, Nick.
I'm with Chris 100% on this one.
Oh, fuck off.
I mean, Jack, your logic is so crazy though. Like
how's it crazy?
By your logic though, it's like you can't watch Lord of the Rings because you didn't read the books. Or you can enjoy Battlestar Galactica because you didn't watch the original 1978 TV show.
I watched both, but to me, but the Star Trek original is a classic.
You can't enjoy
Battlestar Galactica. The original is not a classic. It's not a classic. I'm saying if you watch the other later spinoffs, how do you not watch the original?
It's a different animal. It's
never been off the air.
Maybe there's some people that just like Gomer Pyle, and they don't want to watch Andy Griffith.
Surprise, surprise, surprise.
Some people just want to watch Opie Cunningham, and they don't want to watch Opie Taylor. You know, it's just like they want.
I stand by.
There is no Opie Cunningham.
That during the time that I started to give a shit about Star Trek, the TV show from 25 years to 30 years prior to the time, was not something that was on the air and available on the TV in my household. Done.
I totally get it.
The movies, yes. So like Star Trek the motion picture.
Oh, I've seen the movies.
No, but that's my point. That's all I know of the original Star Trek is the movies, because I never was subjected to the fucking TV show.
Yeah. It makes
I'm so curious how I'm being persecuted for this.
It's a total generational thing.
Jack,
I agree.
I
was just fortunate enough my dad put it on, and I actually saw it, and I was just like, oh, this is on.
I watched all of probably the original movies, from 79 through 91 or 92, but way before I watched any of the
original movies sucked.
No, I know you don't like a motion picture. No one likes the motion picture
ever made.
That should be the versus. Which is the worst Star Trek?
Well, because it'd be the original. Would be the.
I don't know the fifth one.
All right, I'm
with the whales.
Oh, 4 is so good. 4 is so
good. And like Randy said, and yet you watch Manifest.
True.
See, quite unfortunately, it's because Manifest was literally available at my fingertip.
John, the retired guy, Star Trek has always been around here too.
Yeah,
he's in the same demographic area. It's practically, it's California.
All right, you know what? I'm gonna just agree to disagree. All right.
Okay.
Hey, speaking of agreeing to disagree, how did we do on the verses, by the way?
Oh, it was a
bloodbath.
Yeah, it was not a.
How did
nobody pick Rose? I forgot the
Roseanne, because Steve Martin was never fucking on Roseanne. That's why. So
let me find it.
Did you watch Roseanne, or is it
Roxanne?
Roxanne. Was it not in your area?
You know what? We mentioned Parenthood. We didn't mention Roxanne.
No, we mentioned Parenthood, sure.
But I mean, it's basically just a send off of Cyrano de Bergerac story, and he's just got a big schnoz.
Oh, there it is. All right.
I think I still say Love Story is better, or L.A. Story, sorry, is better.
But you didn't pick it.
I didn't pick it because I like Three Amigos. Like, you get 3 comedians all together.
I can't argue with Three Amigos.
All right, so to no one's surprise, including myself, in 4th place with 4 votes, and you 4 people are excellent.
4 votes.
Dirty Rotten Scoundrels.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
I can see that finishing last, just because a lot of people probably didn't see it.
I knew it was going to be last, but
a lot of people don't like Michael Caine. A lot of people don't like Michael Caine because he was a big fan of the original Star Trek series.
Oh,
people don't know that. So was John Tyler.
In 3rd
somehow
place,
he figured out how to watch it.
In 3rd place,
yes,
very much to my surprise that it got in 3rd place with only 5 votes. The Three Amigos.
That shocks me that Three Amigos didn't do better. That really
people
Three
don't
Amigos,
even fucking know comedy. You know?
Yeah, I mean, come on. How does Three Amigos only get 5 votes?
It's an odd taste, don't you think?
I mean, I was
think
it was a toss up
is.
between
between
that and the
it's a line from the movie. It's
Oh,
probably
okay,
watered down.
Yeah, I get it. And it's always been on TV.
That for sure has always been on TV.
You're never living it down now, Chris. You're locked in
second
as the
place,
guy that never watched it.
In second place with 15 votes.
15.
The Jerk.
And
in first place,
only 15 votes.
Only 15. Yeah, we didn't get a lot of votes on this one.
With 200 votes.
And to no one's surprise, first place with 20 votes.
20?
Was Planes, Trains, and Automobiles.
Yeah, it's hard to argue with that, but I'm surprised the Three Amigos didn't get more votes.
I know. I really thought it would get more. Because it would. I was with you guys. I mean, it would have been a very hard choice for me to choose between Planes, Trains, Automobiles, and Three Amigos. Because, I mean, they're both ensemble victories.
Well,
not standalone.
I'd be honest, if I had first pick, I'm picking Planes, because that's, to me, it's just so goddamn funny. But the Jerk and Three Amigos, I mean, I can't believe the Three Amigos didn't do better.
He was reading my koozie. Will, I can't believe you're just now noticing this koozie. I've literally used it every episode for like the last 5 years.
Is that Florida Gators?
Florida Gators eat boogers. Yep.
How did I know that when I've never seen a Florida Gators game?
I guess you just picked
fucking
up
made our point.
Yeah,
I've seen their game. I've seen their game. I'm just joking.
I mean,
You just made my point.
I've seen their game. Jesus Christ. Not a hermit.
Are you sure?
I could be.
I think
He
just
went
sit
out
around
last
and watch
week. He went
classic
to
Star
the
Trek
Poconos.
and MASH.
I know.
Anyway, so who won the versus?
Whoever had Planes, Trains, and
Chris.
Automobiles.
Well, who was it? Oh, Chris.
Oh, Chris.
Chris.
Okay.
Oh, Chris has actually seen something. All right. What's he going to do? What's your next versus? Great shows from the 60s?
There's a couple.
I'm going to pick the show I haven't seen.
Gunsmoke.
All of them.
Yeah.
Should I have seen Gunsmoke?
No,
it's never been off the air.
It's never been off the air.
I have seen Gunsmoke.
640
on
fucking
TV before.
episodes.
Now, are you sure you're not getting confused with Bonanza?
No, I've seen Gunsmoke on TV on Nick at Night.
Yeah, Gunsmoke's always on. Gunsmoke's
I'm like John the Retired Guy. Top 4 shows Chris hasn't seen.
Nice.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's your call.
It's your call, Chris.
Oh, we're gonna do one. Oh, okay.
Well, we're gonna.
Oh, we can end it now and leave it
no
next week.
do a
If
versus.
Chris has an idea, then cool. Yeah.
I think Chris has an idea. Probably a little idea, but
Favorite mustached
Best
tomato.
duet
Ooh,
musically.
best duet.
Best track released by a duet.
Huh.
Then does it have to be an original duet, or can it be a cover?
Doesn't matter. It's just the performance and the release of the song.
I'm gonna go with William Shatner
We can't use,
and
Leonard Nimoy
Leonard Nimoy doing their hit
singing
duet.
Bilbo Baggins.
I can't believe you didn't watch my show.
No, like Leonard Nimoy, he did a song about Bilbo Baggins, didn't he?
Yeah, I
If I'm
think
not
so.
mistaken.
They all did it. They all had albums back then.
He did a song about Lord of the Rings or The Hobbit, I want to say, but he'd never actually read it.
That's just I don't know. I don't get you people. Anyway,
Chris,
go ahead.
Chris, you got the dice.
Oh, that's right. I do.
You have the power. Best duet. Jeez.
Matt, you're rolling first.
Okay.
Matt's going first. What the hell
That
was
is
that?
12.
Matt got
12.
12. Of course he did.
Okay.
12.
All right.
Nick,
That's solid.
You're
I'll take
next. That
15. 15
is an 18.
18. Jeez, look at the big
he's going to pick
Brad.
John Tyler and Kippy Canoe and John Tyler too, or whatever it is.
Jack, you're next.
Okay.
10.
10, of course. I got 10.
And for me, nope. 4.
4.
You haven't seen it, Chris. It doesn't matter.
Oh man.
All right, so Nick, you're first.
The thing is about duets is they're cheesy, you know.
Yeah, right.
Because
are you bagging on his? No,
it's just like I can't think of a duet. I'm like, fuck yeah, like everything. You know, like oh yeah, I know that song, but like there's two that immediately popped in my brain, and all right, I'm gonna go with Paul McCartney and Michael Jackson. Say.
Oh, okay.
That came out of nowhere. Okay.
Well, there's two that came to mind, and the first gut was one from 1976 that I thought about, and then the other one. Was
wait, that was before I was born. I can't pick one before.
You were born. You were born way before 1976.
Oh no, I was rehatched. No.
So you are from V. Okay.
Yeah. All right, so you took that one. Okay.
Okay, so my mind went in two different directions here. One, isn't Simon and Garfunkel, aren't they like a duet? Like,
but it's not a duet.
No. They're a band.
Okay.
No.
Okay. What about Hall & Oates? Aren't they a duet?
No.
Man, that's a band.
No.
All right, then the duet that comes to mind when I hear the words duet, and I just have to go with it. Nick, you mentioned it. Islands in the Stream.
Oh,
Dolly Parton.
Dude,
that one. Yeah, that wasn't the one I was thinking of.
Yeah, Kenny Rogers.
That's what comes to mind.
I had two in mind. And that was one of them.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's a fucking great song.
Written by the Bee Gees.
Yes.
Really?
Yeah, you can hear it. You know,
by the Bee Gees and sang by.
That is what they are. You know, you can totally hear that. You know.
Island in the Stream. On the street. All right, so I'm up next. God, this is a tough one because I want to go with John Travolta and Olivia Newton-John's "You're the One That I Want."
Yeah, I didn't even think about that one. Yeah.
That's a J pick.
But I know I'm gonna go with I'm gonna go with Queen and David Bowie's "Under Pressure."
Oh,
Ooh.
come on.
I don't even think of it as a duet, but yeah,
I don't even think of it as a duet.
Totally a fucking duet.
Yeah.
It's two different.
Queen
artists.
is a band, though.
But it's not.
But it's two different artists who are not.
That's a great fucking pick. Holy shit!
That's probably,
I don't
probably
know.
the winner right there. Yeah.
I don't know. I say that
you know what?
This is like calling something a
mine's a little bit of a longer shot, but I think this song is fucking awesome. And for me, it's like one of those songs I think you will always sing it when it pops on. You won't hear it often, but when you do, you'll be like, "This is my fucking jam."
William Shatner doing
it is the duet of Phil Collins and Philip Bailey from Earth, Wind and Fire.
Oh,
Easy Lover.
That's a good one.
Oh, Cheesy Lover. Yes.
Huh.
You're a cheesy lover. I always said cheesy lover.
Yeah, see, it's the jam.
Those are some good picks.
Orleans.
Yeah, except for yours, Jack. That's not really. It's like
it's a duet.
It's a band with another artist. I don't.
So the other one that popped in my brain was "Don't Go Breaking My Heart," Elton John.
Don't go breaking my heart. Yeah, I was going to think. I was thinking that one too.
Yeah, that's the one.
Because no one knows the female because
it's Kiki something. Kiki D.
Kiki, but she didn't. Did she do anything else?
No, she had her own albums, but she just wasn't a songwriter. So
no.
I was thinking of also "I Got You, Babe" by.
But they're a group.
Yeah. Well, they broke up though too. So, Was this before the breakup or after? No, I think it was before.
I don't know, because I mean that's like Simon and Garfunkel. They broke up,
Yeah, but it was before but they didn't come back, did they?
Sonny and
they
Cher.
reunited for tours, but
that's
not
true.
Simon and Garfunkel.
Sure.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm, yeah.
They haven't gone on tour in a long time.
Oh, they never will. They never will. They've already said that a long time ago.
They don't like each other.
The last tour was like 2006, I think, was their last tour together. The thing is that one, Paul Simon has retired from touring altogether, and Garfunkel's
he's like 80,
voice,
isn't he?
Yeah, he's born in 41, so no, he's 82.
82.
But Garfunkel lost his voice
he's seen
years
Star Trek.
ago, and he can still sing, but he doesn't have the voice to tour, anymore.
I like when he was on Saturday Night Live and Paul Simon's on the stage and
Oh, you came crawling back to me.
he goes, "Oh, you came crawling back to me." I see.
You made that joke last week.
Did I?
Yeah.
That's why it sounds familiar.
Yeah.
Welcome to
Well,
the
you know what?
podcast, pal.
I'm a repeat, and I've never been off the air.
Well, you're always on the air. Yeah,
you actually jumped off the air earlier.
I mean, there probably will come a time where someone years down the road will be doing a podcast, and they'll go, "You've never heard the Ramblecast After Dark?" They've never left the air. Ever.
That's true.
It's always been available.
From the beginning of podcasting, they've always been there.
But again, is there going to be a sequel to the Ramblecast? And someone's like 20 years from now is going to say
the deeper, darker.
Yeah,
I think it's called Ramblecast in Hell.
Someone like Chris is like going to go, "Oh yeah, I listened to the it wasn't on. It wasn't on. What do you want me to do? I couldn't really listen to the original." Is
this like a mini Trump?
Yeah.
I know. It's like all of a sudden you're like,
I couldn't. I'm sorry.
It's a mix of like a 4-year-old version of me and Donald Trump.
Yeah.
He's great. I'm great. We're all great.
Oh, share in the chat. Honorable mention here. I do believe that "Shallow" by Lady Gaga and Bradley Cooper should be in the conversation as well. That's a fucking.
I thought about.
What about Chris Christopherson?
That was my number
Streisand.
2.
Same.
Yeah, that was my number 2.
Who did it better?
Bradley Cooper.
I like the
and
Bradley
Lady
Cooper.
Gaga.
I never thought Chris Christopherson was a good singer. He's just kind of he's all right. He wrote a few good songs, but I never thought of him.
John, the retired guy, says, in For All Mankind, Chris has seen every episode of the original Star Trek.
It's true. True.
That's funny.
That is funny. Wild and wacky. All right.
Wow.
Wacky. Is there a sequel to The Married Man? No.
No, this is the sequel to The Married Man, as we said.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
Yeah. Like I said,
I'm sorry I didn't live up to expectations.
We probably, in the remote chance I ever get married, we should probably do a couple of Married Man podcasts just to be like, so welcome to the club, fucker.
Yeah, that would be a really funny.
Are you close to getting married?
No, not a chance.
I'm not gonna live forever, Nick.
We've been waiting.
I'm running out of time, Nick. I'm running out of time.
He's only got like 40 more years left.
40 more. There's no way. There's no way I got 40 more years.
What? You're not going to podcast for another 40 years?
I won't live for another 40 years.
Well, you don't know that.
So, I can't remember. I can't remember names now. What do you think I'm gonna do at 100?
Yeah. He's going to be like, I'm just finding out that Chris has still never watched classic Star Trek.
God damn it, Chris hasn't watched Star Trek, and I just crap my pants again. Keep forgetting to put on those diapers. God damn it.
Good thing I married.
I just pissed all over my seat.
And Jack is going to be the 745th iteration of the same joke from the previous episode.
I meant
tradition.
I meant to bring up earlier. Like Chris said something about, I feel like I'm in Congress right now. Earlier, remind me. Did you guys see that clip of that senator like actually almost start a fight in the middle?
Yeah, what a fucking idiot. So the best part about that too.
Wait. Who are we talking about? I didn't see it.
I don't know his name, but he's a senator.
John Tyler.
Yes, John Tyler. No, like apparently they were in a hearing.
Mark Wayne something or other from whatever.
But
I don't even know.
Mark what?
Mark Wayne is his first name.
Mark Wayne.
So he's definitely a frat kind of guy. Like he has that kind of build to him. But and apparently I don't know anything about it, but apparently the witness or whoever they were getting had been talking shit about this particular senator on Twitter or whatever.
So it's also Sean O'Brien from Medford, Massachusetts, the president of the Teamsters.
Oh,
right? Like, you know, there's a rule about in Boston. You don't mess with a dude named Sean O'Brien from Medford because first of all, there's about 147 of them, and they're all
never gonna find them.
They're all fucking crazy.
Plus, there's a lot of O'Briens, right?
Yeah, there's a lot of O'Briens.
Yeah. But he's also the president of the Teamsters, which is like, you don't fuck with him.
So this guy, this Mark Wagner, is the Republican.
The senator was a Republican. Yeah,
Senator. Okay, yeah. Senator Wagner.
Yeah.
From what state?
To Oklahoma, I think.
Oklahoma.
Yeah.
But Oklahoma. What's funny about it is he reads the guy the tweet or whatever it is, like, you know, talking shit. He's like, "So you want to go? You want to go?" And like they basically just like, yeah. And he starts to stand up. And what's to me the funniest part about it is not the two meatheads wanting to fight, is that the guy that broke it up is fucking Bernie Sanders.
Bernie Sanders. You're a United States senator.
Hey,
you're a United States senator.
Who am I?
The thing is, he caved to Bernie Sanders. Like, what are you gonna do, old man? Like, come on, like, I kind of wanted to see him go at it.
Is it Bernie Sanders sitting in the beach chair with his scarf on? Like, stop.
Yeah. But
you can't make that up that Bernie Sanders was the guy that broke up.
I know, but this guy legitimately wanted to fight the fucking president of the Teamsters, and it was just a really weird stunt. I don't know why the hell it happened, but
there's a lot of crazy people in the
what the fuck, man.
I mean, both sides. I'm like, I go, okay.
Oh yeah.
Are we doing the work of the people of the United States? No.
Just
saying.
Never has been. Never will be.
Well, I know, but it's just like what the fuck? It's just crazy times we live in.
Yeah,
wild.
Did we ever take a commercial break?
Yeah, we took
one. We did.
28 minutes and 48 seconds.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Anyway, I think we're gonna wrap this up because I think we've talked about it. Unless anybody have anything else they want to talk about?
No, we started off saying that this was going to be an hour show.
That's true. Well, we're close.
Well, I got a little upset. I apologize.
John Retired guy. And for all mankind, Chris hugs old men at Patriots games. That's fucking awesome.
That's the wrong one.
Hilarious.
That should be the title of the episode.
That's like a great meme right there.
That's outstanding. Okay. Well, if you like this show, and why wouldn't you? Because you've watched it from the start.
It's always been around.
It's always been around. Never been off the air. We're on YouTube 24/7. You can go at any time and click on one of our old shows and watch it. I know that some people have a fear of watching older shows, but it's okay. Forgot what I was going to say.
I don't think so, Randy.
Oh, any emails? Yes.
Yeah, I don't think so. Unless Randy. Oh no, actually, I did. Randy did send one in. Thanks for promoting your own email, Randy.
Well, yes. Well, come on, be fair.
So Nick, yeah, you get Randy emails in that email box, by chance?
I forgot. Yeah, okay.
This is why you want to join us live, is so that you can make sure that we read your fucking email that you just sent in. So,
all right,
we're a show of the people.
So the title is A Question for the Boys.
Okay.
Hey, Jack, Christopher, Matthias, and Nicholas.
How come I just get Jack?
You know, he should have been Jackson.
Jackson, yeah.
Jackius.
Jackie Asses.
Yeah.
Jackie Asses.
I know you're so thrilled to hear from me.
So thrilled we forgot your email.
Yeah, it's like we got do more shit now. Thanks.
What has 4 legs and an arm?
4 legs and an arm. A tripod. I don't know. Wait, that's only 3.
Math's hard, isn't it, Jack?
4 legs and an arm.
It's a tripod.
Hey, I've seen Star Trek. Let's see.
Clearly, that didn't work on osmosis for science or logic.
I don't know.
The answer is a pit bull.
That's not funny.
That's the best one he said. Fucking Randy and John bringing the heat tonight. Thank you.
I never would have guessed a pit bull. Oh my god! All right, we apologize to anyone who has been bit by a pit bull. But you know what? This show is driven patrons. Without patrons, we don't do this show. We don't. So if you'd like to become a patron, go to jjack.com, click on to become a patron, blah, blah, blah. At this time, we're going to thank 4 patrons who have reached a certain level. It's Eckhart, Rickner, Glaffelder, Maggie the Magnificent, Joanne with the Plan, and Ed, the Creepy, Poopy Letter Carrier. Thanks for all you do, and thanks for everyone who joined us. Again, try and get Chris to watch the original Star Trek. I don't get it. It's still on. But I just don't. I'm going to go to sleep. I'm not going to be able to sleep tonight. But I'm going to sit there and go, how has he not watched the original Star Trek?
Chris has always been a rebel.
How
long did it take for him to watch
understand why he hasn't watched it? And Chris doesn't get that. Anyway,
I get it.
No, you don't. No, you don't, because you haven't watched it. You don't know. You don't know.
Mm-hmm.
Thing is, you're putting it up on a pedestal, Jack. You know, and he's gonna watch it.
I'm a doctor, not a watcher of TV.
You know, this he's gonna say it blows.
I actually now, and I will make a pledge to you right now that after tonight, after the conversation, if you call it that we had, I promise you that I will fucking never watch Star Trek, the original series.
Well, have fun in Claremont, and it'll probably be off the air next week because it's Thanksgiving.
It's true.
Oh yeah,
safe and happy Thanksgiving. Eats lots of turkey,
right.
whatever you eat for Thanksgiving. I had to explain to my granddaughter today that yes, because I said I'm cleaning up the fryer that we have to fry the turkeys.
Oh, you fry your turkey?
Yeah, I fried the Butterball electric fryer.
Oh, electric fryer,
which is actually my granddaughter's like going, wait. Do you kill the turkey? I go, no, it's killed before I get it. So, and she was like, going, wait, they kill turkeys? I go, and I had to try. I go, well, yes, because you have to eat, and I'm trying to.
Have you? My 2 favorite gags I've seen people do from time to time on Instagram or the TikToks or whatever is, you know, the one is they put a chicken inside the turkey and then let the kid be like, oh my god, it was pregnant, and then the kid's and then the other one,
awful.
And then the other one,
terrible.
But I'm doing it.
Yeah, and then the other one is that they get it with the neck still on, and then they'll put it in the back to make it like a giant penis.
That's cruel, man.
Yeah, but,
that's cool. And if you follow, I know Nick saw. I think Nick saw the photos. But if you follow me on Facebook and Instagram, I took a picture of my granddaughter with the sun going down, and she didn't approve of the first set of pictures I took. She goes, "Wait, where's my leg?" And I said, "Your leg?" She goes, "Yeah, I wasn't. You're not showing me posing."
Right.
She's 5.
Right.
She's 5. I go, "You've been hanging around your Aunt Colleen too long," because Aunt Colleen does the typical leg pose that she does. I go, you cannot hang around your Aunt Colleen anymore.
I almost asked that on when you posted that because I was like, who taught her to pose like that? Because she's got the whole leg crooked to the side, like she's totally posing.
Well, I took 4 or 5 pictures. I said, what do you think of these? And she goes, I don't know, Papa. I don't. She goes, where's my pose? I go, what do you mean your pose? And she goes, pose with my leg. I go, I have no idea what you're talking about. So I go, okay, go over there and do what you have to do, and I'll take pictures. I go, I go, do you approve of this one? She goes, yeah, you can post that one. She's 5. And she's
how many
Star
arms?
Trek.
How many arms does she have?
Yeah.
She has she has 3 and an arm in her. She has 1 in her mouth. So what are you gonna do?
Okay, sorry.
Anyway, so
Well,
that's my granddaughter. She is just a little. What do you want to say? Prima donna? You have to call her princess.
Yeah, a little bit of prima
I think
donna.
we're in a post Madonna era, though.
Oh yeah, Post Malone.
I don't know. She's the only granddaughter. The rest are grandsons, and so she's just I didn't hear what you said, but anyway,
It's okay.
That's all I got. Eating Aunt Bee's pickle juice.
What?
Yeah,
That
that's
is
what
not
John
going
the
to
Tiger
be the
guy
episode
said.
title.
Oh,
All right. Well, after this show,
you should have stopped while you were ahead, John. Anyway, Andy, come here. OB. I got some.
Yeah, has Ava seen Star Trek?
She has. She's seen every episode.
Every
Because
episode.
You know
All
why?
right, fucking end the episode.
Never been off the air.
you're like, hey, this is what womanizing looks like. Okay, I just want to show you exactly what the 1960s
She goes, well, how
had in
come they
store
get to
for
wear?
women.
She goes, well, they get to wear pretty costumes. That's what she would say.
Oh,
Sure. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Are they a princess? I say yes. She goes, okay, I'm cool with it. That's how we roll. Anyway,
Okay.
Oslo, have a good again. Have a safe and happy
Happy Thanksgiving
Unless
to
you're a
everyone.
unless you're a turkey,
it's pregnant.
pregnant with.
God bless our Thanksgiving, everyone.
All right, guys. Oslo, Waco, and goodbye.
See ya.